Hello everyone, it's Kiki, and welcome to this week's video. This very gorgeous kitty cat is the cat of Amber Sherrill, I hope I'm saying that right, who is an artist that I really admire. I have several of her prints on my wall, and my computer is slightly plastered in her stickers. But I found her through Linktober, and on the Linktober Discord there's a channel where you can share your fur babies, and she shared a picture of her fur baby, this beautiful cat here, and I was like, that is a forest quest cat. That is a cat you find in a forest and he gives you a quest, and he's a magical kitty cat. Can I draw him? And she was like, yes, you may draw him, please. So this is me drawing her kitty cat as a magical quest cat, and I had a lot of fun with it. I did change the proportions just very slightly and might have made him a little fluffier in some spots. I wanted it to sort of have the surroundings kind of lead your eye in towards him. I had thought about having him kind of like further away, so it's like a little bit more of a mystery, but at the same time, the picture is about him, so I kind of also wanted him to like be there. Which gave me an idea, which you will see it later. Later. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with him, and he's so fluffy, and he really is a gorgeous cat. He does have like little toe fluffs, but I couldn't figure out how to put him in. You saw me kind of struggling there, and I just kind of gave up. So he doesn't have his little toe fluffs, and I'm sorry. But yeah, I really, really love how this picture came out, and just all of it. I did the bushes a little different than I've done bushes in the past, and I really like how they came out. I like the texture and the layering I got for them, so I'll probably do bushes like that in the future. I remember how I did them in this picture, because I have that problem. It's like, oh, I really liked how I did this, and then I don't remember how I did it, so I go back to the way I was doing it before. But I'm gonna try to remember how I did the bushes in this one, because I did really like them. The mushrooms were sort of inspired by the fact that she draws Koroks with mushrooms. And on the keyboard part of my laptop, I have two of them that just kind of stare at me while I do my art. I was like, mushrooms. So I had to put mushrooms in there, and I tried to like put them in a way that it almost looked like the mushrooms were sort of leading the path. Which the idea also kind of came from like fairy tales, where you have like the fairy rings that are made of the mushrooms, and you know, fairies live on the mushrooms, and mushrooms and fairy tales just kind of go together. Mushrooms and fantasy and mushrooms, all the mushrooms. But when I was drawing him, I noticed his one eye is open just a little bit more than the other, and it kind of gives it that raised eyebrow look. So when I was doing his mouth, I adjusted it just slightly to try and make it look like he's giving just an ever so slight smirk, which if you're not looking for, you won't notice it, but it's there. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, and this wasn't originally going to be this week's video, because I wasn't sure how long it was going to take to finish it. I was actually going to post the video that I mentioned in last week's video that took a long time. But since I did finish this, I wanted to post it this week, because I did already show it to her, the final result, and she was like, yay! And I was happy she was like, yay. And I'm really happy with the result too. And it ends up being so glowy and magical, and like Ooh. But yes. I was planning on putting texture into the trees, and I did sort of kind of forget, but at the same time, I kind of like it without the texture. I feel like if I added texture to them, that it might have, like, I don't know, I feel like it would have been distracting in a way. I don't know how to explain it, but I kind of like it without the texture. Um, I don't think I have too much else to say necessarily about the picture itself at this point, other than how I wanted to do it had given me an idea that I mentioned earlier, and the entire time I was working on it, I was trying to figure out how to make that idea happen. Excuse me, I don't know what just happened with my voice there. But something slightly unrelated, well, pretty much completely unrelated. Um, I am requesting help in the comments here. I have been asked twice now to do tutorials, but every time I ask the person, well, it's two different people. When I ask, okay, yeah, sure, I'll do a tutorial, but what do you want to see tutorial on? Because I don't know what to do it with. I don't really feel like I'm an authority to be able to teach anyone necessarily. But on top of that, I wouldn't know where to start. So it's like, is there something specific you would like? Do you want a tutorial on how I do rocks? On how I, draw an animal? Like, what is it you want a tutorial of? Because just telling me I like your style, do tutorial, I don't even know what my style is. So, I don't know how to do tutorial on that. So if there is anything you've ever seen me draw that you would like me to do a more in-depth, slowed-down walkthrough tutorial type of thing, because that's kind of what a tutorial is, I guess, let me know down in the comments, because I would love to share my process a little bit slower with you. I just would need a specific subject to pick in order to do that with. And I don't know what to do that with. So, yes. So if you have any ideas for what you would like to maybe see a specific video about on how I do it, let me know down in the comments. And, yes. So it was around this point that I kind of figured out how I wanted to do the thing that I wanted to do. But I still wasn't quite sure if I'd actually be able to do it, and I didn't want to record nonsense of me not knowing what I was doing, so I had sort of just paused the recording real quick after finishing the main image and was just sort of messing around. I was like, oh yeah, this can work, and I got excited and kept going and forgot to hit the record button again. So I didn't record any of me doing the thing. But I will try to explain it, at least. Basically, once I finished this image, I made a copy of it. You know, I exported the image, and then I took that and I shrank it down within the canvas size and colored outside the lines. And I just sort of expanded it. I didn't do it super detailed or anything like that, but I did expand the picture, and then I exported a copy of that, and I did the same thing, shrinking that down and making another layer of, you know, pulling away. And then I made a version of the regular picture where the edges were kind of fuzzed out, and then I also did a zoom in where you're much closer to the cat. And I think by my explaining that, you might be able to get an idea of what I was going for, and well, you'll see it here in a second. I hope you enjoy the magical quest cat. And the question, of course, is, will you accept the journey?